Have you ever asked yourself, how do I get credit? Welcome to Your Clear Thinking. I'm Roderick Mitchell, author of Credit Straight Talk, Clarity on the Conspiracy. This video is part of a series of videos designed to help you build a solid credit foundation. This is video 1, the decision to get credit. I like to call it the decision in a decision. The initial decision is that you need credit, and the inside decision is where will you get that credit from. The choices for credit are local financial institutions, which are banks, credit unions, finance companies; national credit merchants, which are jewelry and furniture stores, home improvement centers, and department stores. National merchants offer several credit options to you. They offer 90 days, same as cash, layaway plans, and credit cards. National merchants' credit cards often have higher finance charges and stricter payment terms than local financial institutions. Their credit cards start with a lower credit limit that will increase after a specific number of payments have been made. Next is 90 days, same as cash, which is an agreement that allows you to make a purchase without interest or fees if the entire balance is paid within a 90-day period of time. This agreement looks good to many people who are seeking credit, especially if you've had some credit issues in the past. The reality is, the purchase usually ends with it being a regrettable decision, because if there is no big increase in income, the money is just not there for that purchase. Statistically, 80% of consumers who enter into a 90-day same as cash agreement do not complete it successfully. If the agreed to amount is not paid in full within that 90 days, there's an extremely high interest rate applied, and it's usually 28 to 32%, and it will be added to the entire principal from the first day of the agreement all the way until it's paid in full. Another credit building program used by local and national credit merchants is the layaway plan. This plan allows you to make a deposit on your purchase and a series of payments until the balance is paid in full. Once it's completed, the transaction is reported as a successful credit purchase to the credit bureaus. Now I'll talk to you about local financial institutions, which are banks, credit unions, and finance companies. Banks and credit unions are considered traditional financial institutions. Finance companies are not. Traditional financial institutions have a wide range of financial services. They offer both long-term and short-term loans. Their goal is to be your financial vehicle for life and handle all of your financial-related decisions, present and future. Some of the services offered are mortgages, education and personal loans, investments, savings, retirement accounts, credit cards, checking accounts. Most banks and credit unions offer a basic checking and savings account at no cost, just to invite you to bank with them. Maintaining that checking and savings account in good standing ahead of needing credit is a good idea, because it demonstrates your financial and personal responsibility to that financial institution. Over a period of time, you will build a personal relationship and become a preferred customer. The advantage of being a preferred customer is that you are given complimentary services for keeping your account in good standing. The services that are usually given are overdraft protection, free checks, no-fee ATM card, and fast loan processing. Overdraft protection is a short-term loan used to cover purchases when your account balance is less than your purchase amount, and it gives you a chance to cover that shortness without penalty the next business day. Free checks are provided as long as you reorder from that financial institution. No-fee ATM card allows you to use out-of-network ATM machines without paying a fee, like at your convenience store and your gas station locally. The other local financial institution is a finance company. They mostly offer short-term loans that have stricter terms and higher finance charges than banks and credit unions, and may require cosigners. Their initial credit limit is usually low, increasing after a specific number of payments are made successfully. When the higher credit limit is given, commonly they offer you a lower annual percentage rate finance charge too. I mentioned short-term and long-term loans. Short-term loans are usually 7 years or less, and long-term loans are usually 8 years or more, up to 30 years. Now, here are my pros and cons of local financial institutions and national credit merchants. Local banks and credit unions offer free checking and savings accounts that can be used as an entry point into the banking system. Local bank and credit unions' credit cards are universally accepted anywhere credit cards are accepted worldwide and have a lower interest rate than national credit merchants' credit cards. Another one of the pros and cons of local banks and credit unions is the personal relationship that develops over a period of time from repeated use and transaction visits to those locations. The relationship works in your favor because it is not easy to deny a person their request if you know them personally. I prefer local banks and credit unions simply because of the personal relationship. In this video, I talk to you about the decision to get credit and the possible sources to get that credit. I explain the difference between local financial institutions and national credit merchants and their programs to offer you credit. I gave you my pros and cons of the two credit sources. The next video in this series is video 2. How do I get started with the credit application process? Remember to subscribe below and check out my playlist to watch the entire video series. My name is Roderick Mitchell, author of Credit Straight Talk, Clarity on the Conspiracy. Visit my blog at yourclearthinking.com. Remember, together we rise.